Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Paris Reads, the Hypernova series, Mystery of Planet Creyenia. We're gonna hop right into it because I gotta go to work in a little bit and I decided that I wanted to record before I left. This is herbal tea, by the way, helps with my throat and my voice acting because there's a lot of new characters that are gonna be introduced in this chapter and I gotta make sure that I can do all of their voices for you. This chapter is called I Join the Losers Club. Finn, are you okay? Ron vaults over the table, rushing to my side. His hands find my shoulders, pulling me into an upright sitting position. His large brown eyes scan my wounds with a frown. Darn, you really took one for the team, huh? A slamming sound startles me. My shoulders tense with anticipation. Woya's fists are planted on the table, its legs trembling from the weight. Impossible! Woya roars, rounding the table while his forked tongue flicks in irritation. You have no battle experience, Finn Bates. You cheated. Ron rises to the challenge. Maybe you shouldn't underestimate him, you fat lug. Woya flashes his fangs while flexing his legs. My hand grips Ron's wrist. Stop! It's okay. He can think what he wants. Crossing the floor, Ulmu finds my broken glasses. Very mature of you, Finn. Not the result that our friend Woya expected, clearly. Woya fumes but cannot go against Ulmu. He utters a furious grunt and storms back to the judge's table, slumping in his seat. Ron holds out his hand, helping me to my feet. Come on, there's an infirmary above us where we can treat your injuries. I will go too, Ulmu says, surprising both Ron and me. Watching Woya as I walk, my gaze is unflinching. As we approach the elevators, I see that one is waiting for us with its doors open. I assume that, as Godsonian, Ulmu can summon the nearest elevator at any time. He strides into the open car, and we follow. Hey, Ron whispers in my right ear. That was so cool. Well, thanks, but it didn't feel that cool. My face is gonna hurt for weeks. The tender skin is hot to the touch and terribly inflamed. 4 floors up, Ulmu leads us into the main infirmary, which treats minor wounds for all species. The other 3 medical floors are for specialized needs of specific species. With Ulmu leading us, we are able to bypass triage and proceed directly to a long, white-walled room lined with hovering beds, all neatly made up and surrounded by unfamiliar equipment. A tiny robot comes gliding from underneath a medical cabinet that is fitted with an arrangement of colorful bottles. It has a metal ball-like head that can swivel and twin lenses. Ulmu sees my look of amazement. This little machine uses those lenses to create a 3-dimensional image for transmission to a diagnostic array, which then instructs it how to proceed. Lo and behold, the little robot also speaks to me. Its large robot eyes gaze up at me. Hello, I am Medico 7D. I will treat your injuries. It parks beside one of the beds. Sit, please. I can't help smiling at the little guy, who reminds me of a cute animal, but I do as it says. Ulmu grins. These medical bots ensure that staff remain healthy and in peak condition. Well, if it can stop my jaws aching, that'd be great. You'll be just fine. You'll see. Ron bites his lower lip, a universal Bates family gesture. The bot rolls in front of me. It presses a button on the bed, and I'm lowered to match its diminutive height. 2 arms appear from slots on the sides of its body, and then the chest opens, revealing a tiny silver spray canister. Please close your eyes and hold your breath, it instructs me. I do so, and I'm sprayed in the face with an odorless liquid that congeals as it touches my skin. Curious, I lick my lips, tasting something medicinal. MAG is a gel spray, infused with microbot technology. It is absorbed through the skin and deployed to heal wounds and soothe pain, such as throbbing, headaches, swelling, Ulmu explains. I become aware of the numbing sensation that the MAG is having on me. The wounds from my punches are reduced to a light throb. The cut on my lip closes completely. So, MAG is an abbreviation for... This time, it's the microbot that answers my question. Microadhesive healing gel. All significant wounds have been healed. Thank you for your time. With that, it glides off back to its station under the cabinet, collapsing into a tiny metal box. My eyes find Godsonian Ulmu's. His expression is unreadable. Thinking back to my thrashing, I'm feeling despondent. Sir, I understand my performance was unremarkable, but if I was like the other students, I could have ripped my opponent apart with teeth or claws. but we humans aren't built like that. Still, I hope you'll consider recruiting me as an aster. I can get stronger. Meeting his eyes, I'm astonished to find him smiling. Finn, just like every other species, each Altair student has their own individual strengths and weaknesses. Just now, you managed to show us all where your true strengths lie. I stare at him. Is this good or bad? Do not fret, Finn. Your performance was remarkable. That being said, be aware that, at the moment, your own insecurities are a greater weakness than the fact that you're lacking teeth or claws. Ulmu raises his hand, cupping my ear, and finds the move memorizer, which he detaches from my skin. My heart hammers in my throat, but he simply grins down at the object. Miv, he chuckles. She's always looking out for the underdogs. His eyes flick between Ron and me. I will leave you two now. There are still exams to conduct. He strides out of the room and the door closes behind him. Well, looky, you got a fan. I think I'm more concerned about losing my glasses. Ron's facial features are a slight blur behind a veil of lights. Never mind. We can soon fix that. Now, why don't we get a treat for showing us all who's boss? The treat is ice cream. The cafeteria is crowded by trainees chatting about the exams. Ron and I attempt to find a seat, which is no easy task. Pushing our way through the crowd, we eventually find a spot in the center of the room. Ron braves the crowd, reappearing with 2 blue bowls. He slides one across the table like a bartender. This is the first food item I've seen which completely resembles something from Earth. The red, white, and brown swirls invite me to dig in. Grabbing my spoon, I scoop it into my mouth. Ron is already chowing down on his bowl, as he stares at me, trying to contain his excitement. Expecting Neapolitan flavors, my jaw drops. Oh, it's sour! Ron licks his spoon. You'll get used to it. Just as I finish my last bite, a buzzing sound can be heard over the crowd. Do you hear that? What is it? I ask. Before Ron can answer, a tiny drone flies over the railing, scanning the crowd with a bluish-gray beam. The students smile, nudging one another expectantly. That's a messenger bot. Ron's spoon clatters into his empty bowl. Somebody here passed their exam. The drone continues to cruise slowly over the cafeteria tables. It appears to be moving towards the center of the room, where Ron and I are sitting. It couldn't possibly be looking for me, could it? Apparently, it could. It hones in on me and projects a beam that catches my eyes, causing me to blink. The drone skips over waiting students like a flat rock on water and comes to a halt before me as the room goes silent. I stare at Ron, wondering what to do. My throat turns dry as hundreds of frustrated eyes are staring at us. Press that red button on the front with your finger. I do as he says, and a robotic voice announces, "This is a message for Finn Bates. Congratulations. You have passed the entrance exam. A package will be waiting in your assigned quarters. Please confirm you have received this message." Yes. Message received, I stutter. I turn to look at Ron in amazement. I did it? Ron smiles, nodding vigorously. Duh, why wouldn't you? Because he human. Oh no. I know this booming voice. Turning around, Kiwok towers over me. I should have gotten a message first. You think you special? He grinds his monstrous jaw together, puffing out his chest. A flash of anger crosses Ron's face, launching him from his seat. His hands slam against the table, rattling our empty bowls. Enough, Kiwok. Finn is an aster now. Besides, I'm sure you'll get the good news soon enough. Don't go picking fights. That's an order. Kiwok snarls. No, you be nice, he snaps. My father is first class too. You don't want to get on my bad side. I can see that Ron is about to say something that he will likely regret. My stomach twists, but I jump in. I actually spin to face Kiwok. My fists clench. I'm not here to make enemies, and you don't get to talk to us like this. Really? He growls. You just here because Umu have soft spot for humans. As if. I know why I'm here, and it's not because somebody else is forcing me. Don't assume to know my agenda. God, this really is Chad all over again. I'm used to being belittled, but not like this in front of all the other students. It just makes me furious. I'm self-observant enough to know that the adrenaline from the previous tests has me on edge. Stupid human. I'll bark, no bite. Kiwok raises his arms, his fleshy palms facing my chest. What? I say threateningly. You want to fight me? Instant screams that this is a super duper ultra bad idea. But I don't care. Let's do this. Kiwok roars, aiming to shove me. Every muscle in his body seems tense. I raise my arms to guard myself, but Ron intervenes. Enough. Grabbing Kiwok's left wrist in a vice grip, Ron's hand wraps halfway around Kiwok's thick leather skin. That's an order. Back down, or I'll report you to Umu. Capiche? The scales around Kiwok's eyes squish as he flashes his teeth. Chit-chit! A four-legged creature the size of my leg catapults from the floor, landing on Kiwok's shoulder. The lizard man freezes, turning to gawk at the cat-like creature with long white fur and bright blue eyes. The stranger's mouth opens, revealing a tiny pink tongue below sharp teeth, and paws which need Kiwok's shoulder pad. Why don't you back off, Kiwok? Her voice is chipmunkish. She stands on her hind legs, using her left arm to lean against Kiwok's tiny ears. She's wearing an Aster's uniform with a white sash and little black boots around her paws. Kiwok's face scrunches. Nuyen, get off! He swats at the creature, but Nuyen backflips off his shoulder, landing on the nearest table with all the grace of an acrobat. She rises, standing just 3 feet tall. Her long white tail swishes playfully. Why don't you pick on somebody your own size for once, you big bully? Kiwok is a bulldozer, looking to flatten anything in his path. I'll squash you flat, little perinin. Why does this guy want to pick a fight with everybody in the room? Just as I think things can't get crazier, 2 more students circle a nearby table to stand on either side of Nuyen. Various other Altair students form a semicircle around them. Glancing at Ron, I see that he seems just as confused by the situation as I am. One of Nuyen's new companions speaks up. It's okay, Kiwok. We get it. You like showing off. Big deal. The man is wearing an Aver uniform with a gold sash. He has 2 shoulder-length headtails and light blue skin. His eyes shine a brilliant yellow. His lips are dark purple, and a square tribal mark is tattooed on his chin. His ears are pointed like those of an elf. Nuyen's gonna claw your eyes out. You know it. Glancing over at the second newcomer, I'm startled to realize that she's the one I bumped into after the written exam. She has headtails similar to her companion. They're colored, with beautiful indigo gradients from the tips to the crown. She's also wearing a fledgel shirt. She places her hand on her hip in a sassy pose. You heard my brother. Go away, Kiwok. Kiwok glares at the 3 of them. Losers, you no scare me. He looks back down towards me. Not over, tiny human. Pivoting on his heels, he storms through the crowd, lumbering like a titan down the hallway, before disappearing behind a set of doors. Unclenching my jaw, I loosen my shoulders. That was close. Unbeknownst to me, I've been holding my breath for the last 3 minutes. I let the rush of nervous air out of my lungs, glancing at the trio as the other students behind them return to their meals. Thank you. The strangers nod. I turn to the humanoid alien that I ran into before. My name is Finn Bates. I'm the idiot who crashed into you earlier. She chuckles. Well, it was one way of introducing yourself. I'm Naki, by the way. I'm pleased to meet you, Naki. Nuyen spots a group leaving a table nearby and leaps onto it. Hey dudes, let's take a seat. We all hurry and gather around the vacated space. Naki smiles. I'm glad to see you're an Aster now, Finn. Hopefully I'm next. Nuyen's tail flicks. I'm already an Aster. Trust me, it doesn't get any easier. Turning to look at her, I smile. And thank you for backing us up, by the way. You were really brave. Her ears perk. Me? Ha! You're the one who challenged Kiwok to a fight in the first place, she chimes. Besides, it's all good. No worries. Chitter. She winks, small tufts of loose fur falling onto the tabletop. Kiwok likes to pick on us small fry because his dad, Woya, is some higher up. Nuyen's tail wraps around her boots as she plops into a sitting position. I know, I tell her. I've met him. He doesn't like any humans. The memory of Wolya's glare sends a shiver down my spine. But you guys don't look like small fry to me, I add. Kisoy laughs. Thanks, but trust me, we are. Why help us out, though? Ron tells them. I mean, I do appreciate it and all. Naki looks at him, her huge green eyes sparkle. Well, Ron, we figured you guys needed some friends. Sitting alone all the time is bound to get boring, right? We smile at the trio. Yep, Naki says. Welcome to the Losers Club. Now, you got some friends. Friends. I like the sound of that. Naki's pointed ear twitches and her head swivels. We follow suit and hear what Naki's keen ears have picked up. Making its way in our direction is another messenger bot. The beam hits Naki head on, beelining towards her. Without hesitation, Naki taps the interface. This is a message for Naki Bell. Congratulations, you have passed the entrance exam. A package will be waiting for you in your assigned quarters. Please confirm that you have received this message. Naki positively chitters with surprise and delight. Message received, she manages. Kisoy pats his little sister on the back, glowing with pride. I've been training Naki for many years, so this is a big moment for her. The glow in Kisoy's bright yellow eyes shows he never doubted Naki for a second. Nu Yen makes a guttural sound in her throat. Brrr. Congrats, Naki! I became an Aster 1 month ago. Can't wait for classes to start. Naki smiles with her lips shut. Indigo blush forms on her light pink cheeks. Her radiance glows from across the table. Thank you, Nu Yen. She grabs her headtails, positioning them in front of her shoulder pads. She turns her attention to Ron. So, Ron, I've seen you around before. My brother always talks about you. Kisoy smiles. In a good way. Yeah, she confirms. You're trying to make the Earth a known planet, correct? Ron nods. And I need help. That's why Finn is here. He glances at me, then back at our new friends. It's been a few years. I'll admit, I ain't any closer to my goal. Nu Yen curls up on the table. Well, Ron, we support you. Kisoy and Naki nod in agreement, causing Ron's eyes to light up. This must be the first time that people have shown support for him. 5 more messenger bots come flying into the cafeteria. Students light up with eager anticipation, which turns to disappointment if a bot does not select them. Ron turns to me. We should probably go check out your new dorm. What do you say? And I should go check out this package, Naki says. I'm so excited. Plus, classes start tomorrow. Huh, you don't say. Seeing my alarm, Naki forms what looks like a grin. Don't worry, Finn. If you can stand up to Kiwok, you can handle being an Aster. I like the sound of that. Thanks. Laughing happily, our new group of friends splits up, with the trio heading off down a different hallway. Gathering my gear from Ron's room, we approach the first door on the 24th floor, 241. Ron points at the retinal scanner. Go ahead. I place my right eye against the eyepiece and a blue light flashes for an instant. There's a moment's pause before the door clicks open. Ron leaps inside. I follow right behind him. Firstly, I noticed a large window directly ahead of me with black curtains drawn. The bathroom is on my left and a boot room closet on my right. Just like Ron's quarters, the bathroom has the same lemony bleach smell and shower arrangement. A small desk is tucked in the corner beside the window. A computer with a touch tablet and stylus rest idle. My room is exactly like Ron's, just cleaner. There is one major difference, though. When I draw back the curtain from the viewport, I find that I'm looking down directly over the main plaza with its incredible fountain. On the floor is a box, the length of my arm and the width of a tabletop. It's secured with a metal clasp. The Altair sigil is proudly stamped upon it. Placing my bag on the bed, I sit cross-legged on the carpeted floor. Ron joins me. Clicking it open, I smile ear to ear. Whoa. I pull out a blue, long-sleeved uniform. The material looks like thick polyester, but rubbing my thumb along the front, it feels more like breathable chainmail. The back has the same silver kraken symbol with oval-shaped eyes. Next in the package is a sash, gray in color and of a light material. Putting both items on the floor, I frown, eyeing up the next item in the container. It is a large contraption, and I have no idea what it's for. I set it on my lap. What the heck is this? I ask Ron. One of the most important things you'll have as an Aver, he says. That is your dynamic polymer climbing equipment, or DPE for short. You put that around your hips and use it to navigate harsh environments, or maybe even larger enemies. It looks like the type of object you would use to help rock climb or scale flat surfaces. It's a belt with a large front clasp. 2 identical boxes containing a tiny motor are wrapped around a rope on both hips. You know in those spy movies, Ron says, where they climb up a building and stuff like that? Just aim your hip at where you want to go, press the button, and boom, you're soaring like an eagle. Hopefully not sailing towards my impending doom. Depends on the mission. Setting the DPE on the carpet, I grab a set of pants and boots. They managed to get my shoe size? Remember when you scanned your fingerprint at the written exams? That takes a bit of your DNA and puts it in the Citadel's data center. Last but not least, it's my very own Jericho watch. I clamp the item around my wrist as Ron stretches his arms, yawning. Looks like somebody needs a nap. Tapping the clear interface, a set of holographic icons greets me. Jericho can be modified, Ron says. Although Umo doesn't permit it. He can't stop a nerd from doing what nerds do. He chuckles. Swipe your finger and check out the icons. I do so. There's a section for maps, case files, study files, and when I click the last icon, a list of courses with times and room numbers appears. You can upload those files to your computer if you want. It's hard to read on a wristwatch. Squinting, I scan a word. Part-time? You're a special recruit, Finn. The Citadel sought you out for the sole purpose of aiding me. You're exempt from full-time attendance. Hope you like homework. He tilts his head, attempting to look at my schedule. Basic weapons training, spam, and combat basics. Ron clicks the Kraken sigil once and the hologram vanishes. Worry about it tomorrow. It's only 3 classes. He leans on his heels. Well, I'm gonna go fill out my mission report. Go ahead and make yourself comfy. I'll see you tomorrow. After he's gone, I hesitantly enter the bathroom and look at myself in the mirror. Despite the spray the medic bot put on me, tiny marks speckle my face and my ribs throb. Getting into the shower, I let the warm water soothe away my pain. Getting out and drying, I decide to try on my uniform. The shirt is breathable, the pants fitted with multiple pockets. Hoisting the DPE, I'm surprised to find that it's light as a feather. I buckle my boots, which prove to be comfortable with soft soles. I straighten my back. I'm an aster now. I can do this. But the activities of the day have taken their toll. My gas tank is empty. I need a refuel. Flopping down on my bed, the fresh blanketing cocoons my weary bones. My head sinks into the feather-down pillows. Everything goes black. Oh, another chapter down, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, you can like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you enjoy what you're hearing, please follow the links below. Book 1 and Book 2 are available. The digital edition of Book 1 is now on sale for $1.99. That's like 37% off. So if you want to read it and you want to read it for cheap and you want to read it on your own time, please follow the links below. Thank you so much. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for all your love and support. I cannot say it enough. Love you lots. Mwah. Bye-bye.